The discs we don't really use that much now because you can see the maturity of the ground, and we have managed to eradicate the weeds that we don't want and leave the vetch and the purple sage and the things that you'll see down the middle of the row that we do want. Mm-hmm. So we don't kill the in-between, we just mow it. We don't disc it anymore. You disc in the beginning to clean it all up. Those things haven't been used for probably 5 years. After you're done disking, then it's a matter of hand. Each row has been weeded, and you'll see. And then when the weeding is all, done, the centers can grow up to be about 2 feet. And then you just take a bush hog, a mower, and mow it. And the dead or decaying material creates nitrogen. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the natural process, Harvest bins. So if you got a crew of 30 and you separate them into twos, we expect 2 people to fill 1 box per day. That's 1,000 pounds. So obviously 2 of those make a metric ton. So hopefully good pickers can, and they're not full, but they get to about right here, about that level. So if pickers can't fill a box too, we get rid of them. So they know that they got to work fast and hard.
1/4 of a metric ton per person per day.
Yeah, and they get for that
That
they
like
get so they get $125 each to do that per day. So they do make fairly good money. It's hard work, but $250 a box. That's what they get paid. So now, if they don't fill the box, they'll get paid by the hour, and then we got to let them go. So it's incumbent upon them to fill
And they're
the box.
picking just the fruit, not the stem or anything else that
Right.
it's
You get a little
attached
leaf.
to. A leaf.
Baby trees. The trees went in like this 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Some of them, the youngest, the ones that you saw in the beginning, and then 20, 25 years later. But this is what a propagated starter tree looks like. So in 5 years, if you put this in the ground in San Diego down there, out in front of your restaurant or something, in about 5 years, it would be the size of one of those. These barrels, basically, this is beneath the cap.
Okay.
The fruit comes in, the guys and gals rinse it off, take out the junk you asked about, like stems and leaves. Then fill the barrel to the top with raw fruit, green or black. Put in there sea salt and water, and that's it. And then this keeps the fruit, it has to be anaerobic, so it has to be below the liquid. Anything above the liquid will mold, and that happens, and you'll, a lot of times when you have cured olives and you take the top off, you see a bunch of pellicle, it's called. It's a waxy substance. Mm-hmm. It's oxidation, basically. It's oxidizing up here, but anything anaerobic below is going to be perfectly fine. So you can just scrape this off, throw away the surface, and push it down, punch it down.
So that's the main curing process, or is that just drying?
It's the organic curing process.
Okay.
And I'll tell you a couple of different things that we do. So when the liquid, salt, and water are combined with the fruit, with the raw fruit, the sugar that's in the fruit reacts to the salt, and it starts leaching out, like an astringent. When you use astringent on your face and it draws, it's the same principle, only really strong. So it's pulling the sugar into the liquid. The sugar then transforms into lactic acid, which helps preserve the fruit and cures the fruit. So it's all natural, and it starts bubbling. It's kind of cool. For about 2 weeks, it's going like that. You can walk right here, you can hear it. Then it calms down. It stops the radical, drawing, and then it goes through about 3 months of leaching. We don't take and change the liquid. We use the same liquid. We're green here. You
mean year to year, or you mean on that batch for the whole?
On that batch.
Okay.
Many farmers will dump that into the sewer system.
And kind of replace it.
And rebrine and rebrine and rebrine. It's
Okay.
quicker.
Okay.
You could cure the olives
Got
really
it.
quick that way. We don't do that. Just we never have.
So they have to sit in it for much longer.
We
that way.
add more water and more salt because it evaporates,
Okay.
but we don't dump it. When the olive is finally ready to eat, that's when we take that brine, then we dump it. I didn't show you, but there's a filtration system we'll look at, and we take that water and clean it and then put it into the ground. We completely clean it. So we're a looped farm. We have a well and septic systems. Everything we get goes back into the earth. We mulch. We do our own wood for burning, for, whatever we're doing, manufacturing. What else?
So when do they pick? Is it in the fall?
Mother Nature will tell us when to pick, but September, October, November.
So then it would be about this time of year that they're about done, or?
If you get them in the liquid in November, let's say you got them in November, you could eat them late February.
Okay. So you've basically, this last year's batch you've already put in bottles. And
I still have some down below. I can show you barrels. We'll open up a barrel. Eat from the barrel. This is the thing that saves every farmer is a tractor.